What's your word of the day? How do you see today shaping up?
Word of the day, we've been talking about breath, and the market has bad breath with a D, and halitosis is my word of the day, which is, what we have when we have bad breath. But we've been talking about the AD line, the advancers versus decliners, and how negative that's been. And a lot of people are concerned. As a technician, I'm a little concerned. When you see divergences like this, you get a little worried that under the surface, maybe things are starting to fall apart. But then when you look at it, what we've done with the AD line, we're in an oversold condition. The S&P 500, the equal weight has been down, just like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, about 11, 12 straight days. But the percentage loss, the Dow is down less than 4%. The S&P 500 is 2% from all-time highs. I think it's 1.1% as we tape this. So, yeah, the breadth is concerning, but I don't think this bad breadth is going to be, lasting long for this market.
I want to go back to the chart we were just showing. We were showing the S&P and the S&P equal weights for the start of the quarter. You see a pretty sharp divergence to the downside for the equal weight, kind of right after, it looks like maybe after Thanksgiving or so. So when you see a chart like this, does this signal to you that this is a bearish trend for the broadening story? Because it seems like it would, but you're saying you don't think so.
No, I'll spin it bullish for you. Yes, it's concerning. And we saw this happen before. We saw this when it was just those magnificent 7 stocks that took this market up. Well, guess what?
But it still is.
It is. It is. But what did that do? That started the bull market. This is the story of this bull market, rotation. So now we're rotating back out of some of those stocks that kind of lifted us. And the 3 sectors that have been leading this leg up, discretionary and communications technology, this is fantastic. So it's just rotation, and this is the leadership you want to see in a bull market. Your leaders lead, so they're starting to take us to the next leg.
I want to amend something I said. It wasn't just the Mag 7 stocks. It's actually the Batman trade that's moving us higher. We got to include Broadcom and all that. Give us a sense. Do you believe in this new Batman acronym? Do you believe that Broadcom...
I'm getting sick of these acronyms. It could be Ant-Man because AVGO is the symbol for Broadcom, and better superhero in my opinion. Yes, I know it's gonna... Yeah, I love Ant-Man. But, yeah, 8 is enough with these acronyms. But Broadcom, tremendous run. It's been leading the semiconductor chips. NVIDIA is the one stock of those 8 stocks in the acronym that's actually down since November, down 17%. Getting a little pop today. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I love Broadcom. Broadcom is the second best performer in the semiconductor index. And then you saw rotation. What's up since the election? Tesla's up 100%. So we were about to kick Tesla out of that acronym, and now
weeks
it's back.
Weeks ago, people were ready to kick it out.
Now
it's one of the better
change that up. I don't know how many more letters we have left, but there are some great stocks in there, and there's one that we're not focused on, and I want to talk about.
But let's get to it. So when we're looking at the Batman trade, we're asking you to give us a pick. So when it comes to the Batman trade, what is your pick and why?
I'm going boring. I'm going Apple. Apple is just a giant killer. It's slow and steady over time. It's the Jim Cramer, own it, don't trade it. The other stocks you may want to trade a little more aggressively in that acronym, but Apple, this Apple Intelligence is revolutionizing things. What they do, consistent with Apple, slow, steady rollouts. They're going to integrate it. When you say AI, you say artificial intelligence. In 2 years, we may be calling it Apple Intelligence. That's how they ingrain themselves in their life. They did it with the phone. They did it with music when they took over music. They do it with my earbuds when I have to talk on the phone. Now, the integrations are going to be unbelievable.
You're bullish on the Apple ecosystem, but I do want to point this out. Talk to our good friend Dan Ives from Wedbush. He says there's 300 million iPhones that need to be upgraded right now. Is Apple Intelligence going to be the catalyst to get those upgraded? Because I have a fairly new phone. I'm not going to upgrade it just for Apple Intelligence.
It's going to be a key factor. It's not going to be the driving factor. I mean, the cycle has gotten longer. Thank you. The battery life has gotten better. Usually it was every 2 years. Now it's about every 3. But once these enhancements come, there are people that don't have it in their lives that are going to need it. So, to me, it will be a key factor. It won't be the only factor. And if Dan Ives likes it, then I like it too.